Hello, welcome back to the Mariya method where inner work becomes real transformation, and today I have something real special for y'all, okay? Today I'm going to be telling one of my favorite story times and definitely one of my most memorable that I will literally take to the grave with me because I literally could never forget even if I tried. So put your seatbelts on and get ready for a crazy story. And honestly, I know I'm not the only one who's gone through something like this, so if you've gone through something like this, please comment down below, me too. Okay, maybe not me too. Comment down below, same. Let's keep it simple, let's keep it sweet, let's do same. Don't want to be controversial, okay? So I'm going to set the scene. I'd also like to preface this video by saying that everything I say is 100% true, and I'm going to change the names of the people in this story so that I don't get sued. Although I am the victim of this situation, I don't want anyone coming back to haunt me. Okay, so I'm going to set the scene. It is my junior year of high school. I am on the cheerleading team, and I have the biggest crush on who, to this day, I still believe was the hottest guy in New York State, by far. And he didn't even go to the same school as me until he did, and he transferred, and that's kind of where this story begins. Mind you, I'd also like to say that at the time I had a best friend who was more like a sister to me than anything, and we're gonna call her Sophia. And Sophia and I were literally inseparable. We were literally like this. Like I said, I considered her more of a sister than I did my own sister, and she was a year older than me, and she knew I had a crush on, we're gonna call him the football player who transferred from one school to my school. We're going to call him Max. And she knew I had this huge crush on Max, and so did every other girl in the entire country, I swear. And you know, she always encouraged me to go after it. You never know. And I honestly never thought he would be interested in me because I looked different. I was different than all the other girls growing up. So, you know, I genuinely didn't think he would have any interest in me. And so we got to know each other. We were partying together, and he was actually really nice. And to this day, I can't say that I actually really know him that well. Our relationship was so short-lived that I can't even tell you his favorite color, but I know he's a good person, and I really liked him. So we started dating, and Sophia was super supportive of me and Max, and she also seemed to approve. And of course I wanted her approval because I really cared about her opinion. I know she wanted the best for me, and that she loved me, and that she wouldn't steer me wrong. So Max and I started dating officially, and you know how in high school it's not a serious relationship. You guys don't have money. You're not really going on dates, but it's just the label that makes you feel special. And you know, we would hang out, and we wouldn't, like, I had a pretty strict growing up, so like the person who raised me didn't even know I was dating this boy at the time. But you know, at times I was able to make it work and see him and hang out with him, but it wasn't often, okay? And now we're going to call my friend Tyler. Tyler really liked Sophia. He also did not go to my school. He went to the school that Max used to go to, and I believe he was also Sophia's age because she was a year older than me. And he really liked Sophia, and I thought he was a really good guy, so I would always give him, you know, tips and tricks that I thought would make Sophia like him. And I knew that they were already good friends, but I was really trying to push her in the direction of him just because I knew he was a good guy. And I would say, like, again, in high school times, it seems like you're dating someone for years, but in reality, it was probably like a couple of months, maybe 5 or 6 at the most, of dating him. And I get a call from Tyler one random night, and he's like, "You won't believe who I just walked in on." And I'm like, "Who did you, like, walked in on doing what? Taking a shit, you know, chugging a beer? Like, what were they doing and who was it?" And he was like, "Sophia and Max were literally just sleeping together, and I walked in on them having sex." So I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, are you pranking me? Is this a joke? Like, I don't really believe you. Like, what? Like, huh? Like, what?" And I really liked him, and I was dating him, so I'm, like, really confused. And he's like, "Yeah. Yep, they're actively, as we speak, having sex." So I was devastated. Not only did I feel extremely betrayed by my actual sister, but also my boyfriend. Like, are you kidding me? And I confronted the both of them. At first, Max denied it as if I didn't have a human with eyes be a witness. And, you know, he was apologizing, saying it meant nothing. She apologized, saying it meant absolutely nothing. She was just drunk, and, like, she's so sorry. And I was just really devastated. But then I kind of just, like, moved on from it, and the weekend happened, and then Monday, lo and behold, guess who walked into school holding hands? Let me think. Max and Sophia. And yeah, my mouth was on the ground. My jaw dropped. I mean, drop it like a tot. Like, excuse me? I was so livid. I was confused. I was devastated. I was publicly embarrassed because my town is small. My school is small. Everyone knows everyone's business. So not only am I dumped, not only have I lost my best friend / sister, but now they are literally walking into school holding hands, and now the word on the block is they're dating, which was true. They were actually dating that quickly. I mean, I was distraught. I was so sad and heartbroken and devastated. And so, you know, a few weeks go by, and I'm not exactly sure how long it took for me to talk to Sophia. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but of course I took my time talking to her because I had a really hard time understanding why she would betray me in that way. So when I did end up talking to her, she sat me down and she told me the reason that she not only slept with my boyfriend but stole him right from under my nose and started literally dating him was because she had cancer. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry you have cancer. I can't even imagine, you know, what you're going through. That's really scary. Like, you know, I'm here to support you. Although it doesn't justify you doing what you did, I guess, understand. So I was really understanding, and I was, like, really sad that, you know, her life was literally now at risk. And so I kind of felt bad for feeling as bad and angry as I did because this bitch has cancer. I mean, like, no wonder she did what she did. Like, I was trying to make it make sense in my head, you know? And for him, you know, I hadn't talked to him. I didn't even give him, you know, the chance to really explain himself because whatever. But my sister, you know, I'm like, all right, like, I want to hear what you have to say. Then some time goes by, and I didn't take her back as my friend. I want to make that very clear. I did not say, oh my gosh, because you have cancer, we should be friends again. It was more so like, I'm here to support you, but what you did really hurt me and you betrayed me, so kind of like just give me space, and she respected that. And then some time went by, you know, I heard on the block that they had broken up, you know, very shortly after, and I was like, okay, you know, I didn't really feel any type of way about it, because I'm like, well, you know, obviously I knew it was going to be short-lived. I knew they weren't going to get married or anything, so they broke up. Sophia tried to come back into my life, I would say about a year later, and, you know, she told me that the cancer was a lie. Yep. You heard that right. Don't go to the bathroom and clear your earwax out. No, you heard that right. The cancer was a lie. Turns out she never had cancer, and that she had created that story because she didn't know what else to do. She felt bad for what she had done, and there was nothing excusable for her actions, so she thought the best next thing was to lie about having cancer in hopes I'd forgive her. I mean, wow. And on top of that, then she tried begging me for friendship back, saying that she really missed me, she missed our friendship, and, you know, she wants me back in her life. And I remember calling her out saying, you are so f***ing fake. You are a liar. You are a man stealer. You are not a true friend. You're nothing of a sister to me, because a sister would never do that. You have no idea what loyalty is. And I remember very specifically using this line, thinking I was the coolest mofo in the country. I said, you're more two-faced than a penny. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, come on, like, you can't be that delusional. You can't be that, like, lost in the sauce. Like, excuse me? Like, I couldn't even believe that she had lied about that. Like, who lies about something like that and then, like, tries to ask for friendship again? Like, bizarre. So I never talked to her again after that. And, funny enough, you know, I did end up having conversations with Max later in life, and they were, you know, I don't think he genuinely ever apologized for what he did. Yes, you know, and I'd like to also say that Sophia had told me when in the same conversation about the lie about the cancer, she had told me that, you know, her and Max really just, they weren't compatible, and the sex wasn't even that good, and that she doesn't even know why she did it, which was again another like if you were not compatible and the sex wasn't good, then why were you even with him in the first place? Like, was it just to prove a point to yourself that you could get my man? Like, to this day, I don't really know. Like, it's very odd to me. But like I said, later in life, I did end up talking to Max, and he, you know, told me the same thing, that they were not compatible. He didn't really understand, like, why they did what they did. Obviously, he was thinking with his on his head, but that, you know, she was boring, he didn't really like her, whatever. Like, okay, disgusting. Like, at that point, whatever. And to this day, it's like, I still have not talked to Sophia for obvious reasons. I still don't talk to Max, although he talks to himself in my DMs. And I will never talk to him again either. Like, at the end of the day, you did something really weird, and so it is what it is. But I just thought of that story the other day, and sometimes who you think are your best friends, like, just turn around and stab you in the craziest, weirdest ways. And I don't know where the cancer lie came from. I can't even tell you. I don't really understand that part. And I'm just glad that I didn't have any more Sophias. And again, this is high school. It's stupid, but just another fun story time to get to know me better and the crazy fun things that I've been through. and I want to keep this channel exciting and fun. So if you guys have questions, if you want other story times, please leave comments, like, and subscribe as always. And until next time on the Mariya Method, where inner work becomes real transformation, I will see you guys next time. And in the meantime, I will be sending you love and light. Have a good day.